Mirror, mirror. It's true what they say. If you want something done, you have to do it yourself. It's actually not as hard as you think if you have a little bit of help. Hey, Subby buddies. What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your girl, Chilton. We're back for another episode of Beyond Your Reflection, a channel created by me, but designed around you. Today's episode, Arts and Craft Day, with you. Today is DIY Day. Do it yourself. Yes. And of course, like I said in the beginning, in the intro, if you want something done, well, gotta do it yourself. Common sense, right? Basically. Today is not going to be long. It's not going to be long. You guys know, last couple of weeks, I told you, you had the assignment, you understood the assignment, now it's time to do the work. Now, we're going to take what we already have and what we already know and create a masterpiece. Call you, basically, D-I-U. Because the first three letters in yourself, you. Do it. You. Self. Yes, literally. So, you guys, now I'm probably going to be looking away from the camera because I wrote down a bunch of things that I did not want to forget as I was talking to you guys. Because today's episode I was so excited about. Literally, and it's crazy because I got the idea watching a DIY on here, YouTube out of all things, but about making an outfit. Yeah. Totally separate from today, but it has the same idea. Okay? Because you're going to do it yourself. You're going to do the work yourself to improve yourself and create a masterpiece. Oh my God. And when I said using the tools you already got, everybody has a little toolbox. You have just enough, especially if you're a female, you have just enough to get by. A screwdriver, maybe a hammer or something like that. You know, you may not be able to do the biggest projects, but you have just enough and you know how to use them. So that's around the house. What about when it comes to you? Did you know that you could take those same tools, but just in a spiritual sense, and create something amazing? You, yeah, do the work. You can do it. Do it yourself. Now, here's the thing. Even though you have tools, it's okay to ask for help. I mean, think about it, like even when you get sick, you go to the doctor. Doctors and nurses and med students and residents, they're there to help you. But when you get home, you have to do the work to make sure that your body is healing correctly. That means taking your medicine every day or going for a walk or doing exercise, eating right, changing your habits, whatever you have to do. But those were the tools that were put in place to help you become a better you, for you to heal. That's what I'm here for. So when I say do it yourself, that means look in your mirror every day, as I've been saying since day one. Look in your mirror and have that conversation with you and tell yourself, what do you need to do to become a better person or a better version of you? So that means you got to do some work, honey. Now, I know it's not going to come easy to everybody. I get it. And if this video is not for you, baby, go ahead and log off. You're fine. I'll see you next Sunday. But, that famous word. But, if you are ready to use those tools that you already have, honey, to create that masterpiece, then grab your glue, your little vision board, your hammer, your broken crayons, your paintbrush, whatever artist you are. Grab your tools and let's get it done. So the first step is looking inside your toolbox, seeing what you already have that you can use to create a new you. And what I mean by that is maybe you have your smile, or maybe you have a knack for helping people. Remember, I asked you guys a couple of months ago, what is your superpower? That is your tool. What is it about you? What do you already have that may be a gift for others that you can also use for yourself? And as I stated, ladies, we have a little toolbox already. You have just enough to get by. Think about it. You got like a little sewing kit, the needle and thread in case a little button break or something, you can easily put that back together. In case one of your nails break off, I don't get mine done. They're natural, but I still have nail glue. In case it breaks, I can just put it back together. For now, see what I did there? It's enough to hold it in place. If something breaks, glue. You know what I'm saying? Like you have just enough tools to get by until you're able to get to that next level, or until you actually see the artwork, like the picture behind me. It took a while for them to create that. They may have started with the eyes. They may have started with the first couple of words. But what is it going to take with you? Only thing you got to do, baby, is just get started. You already have the tools. You already have the equipment. You know the assignment. You just got to do the work. Like I told you on last week, now you just got to do it. There's no excuse. None whatsoever. And like I said, everybody has a little small toolbox. It may not even be in the form of a box, but you have the equipment laying around. You got tape, you got glue. Like I said, you got the broken crayons, you got your little hammer, you got your scissors, screwdriver maybe. You got everything in place. Especially around the house, the DIY projects, the little craft projects. And everybody know YouTube is the Bible, honey. Everybody go to YouTube for everything, okay? Hey, you here now. But still, there's always any kind of channel. If you just put DIY, everything is going to pop up on how to do things yourself. But that's home improvement, which is what you're working on. Self-improvement from home. Just like they have channels to help you fix things that may be broken in the worldly sense, in the spiritual sense. You can use those same tools. If everything is chaotic around you and you just don't know what's happening, you feel like the world is caving in, pick up some glue, put pieces of you back together, enough to stick and hold until the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. And once it dries, you look at it like, oh, wow, I forgot that crack was even there. Oh, God, look at it. It looks just like it did when I first, it looks brand new. Because you are. Or, take your little screwdriver, honey. Little pieces that you feel like are falling apart, just get in there. Put it back together. Humpty Dumpty. Screw it. And glue it. Pun intended. And if that don't help, tape. You already have the tools. You just have to know how to use them. When you feel like life is against you and your back is all the way against the wall and you can't breathe, you're suffocating and you're like, I Can't take it no more. Yes, you can. That's when you go to that toolbox. That's when you get just enough glue to hold everything back together. That's when you take your little spiritual screwdriver and just put it back in there. Just enough. And the glue can be the word. For those of you that read the Bible or the Quran or whatever it is that you go to for your source. Anything. For me, Disney Plus, honey, is my go-to. Okay, there is not a cartoon out there that would not kick you back into your happy place, if just for that moment. Think about it like if you break your leg or something, what do? They take gauze and bandages and they just tape it back together. They tell you to hold it in place and eventually it'll heal itself. Let that one sink in. Another tool you're going to have to use, baby. A hammer. If it's not for you, it's against you. So that means you're going to have to chisel some things. Knock it out the box, Rick. You heard the song. Or you can take that hammer and seal the foundation. And that hammer is your I am affirmations every day. Looking into this mirror or this camera. Doing the work yourself. Telling yourself, I am wonderful, beautiful, fearfully made. Yes, I am. I am going to do the work. And if anything that is hindering you from becoming you, go back to your toolbox. Cut it. Grab them scissors, honey. And cut off anything or anyone that is not for you. Don't let not nary weapon formed against you prosper. Cut it off first. Family, friends, foe, mama, cousin, them, whomever. If it's not for you, it's against you. But that means you got to do that work. You got to be willing to stand up for yourself. As you take your paintbrush and you're creating this new masterpiece, that is you, the person that you are becoming. So you have to know what can stay and what can go. And after you cut it off, the pieces that are left, glue them together. Take your hammer, make that foundation strong. Screw them in. Make sure the bolts are tight. Or tape it down. Use whatever you have to do for yourself to create a better you. But you have to do the work. DIY. And then you may ask, well, why? Why not? And you know, I've always said the only person that's stopping you is. So once you move out of the way, pick up those tools, understand your assignment, do the work. And you'll be amazed, honey. Yes, pick up those broken crayons because they still color. I've told you that before. And if the crayons don't work, pick up some markers. Get some paint. Just whatever you do, don't stop. Keep going. Like a puzzle piece. It's 1,000 pieces scattered. but use the tools that you have. Take the time. Sit down. Breathe. Think. Write it out if you have to. Look at all those scattered pieces. That's you. That's your life. So take the time, do the work, and put all those pieces together, baby, and watch. Watch how beautifully, fearfully, and wonderfully made you will be once you use all your tools and do the work yourself. So that way, once it's done, don't nobody get the glory but you and God, honey. Or God and you, because put him first in everything. So you can't sit here and say, well, I waited for such and such didn't come in. Or I waited for mama, cousin, sister, brother, daddy, uncle, best friend. Why are you waiting on people when you already got the tools to do it yourself? Time waits for nobody, so why should you? In order to get something you never had, baby, you got to do something you never done. And that takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. I am a living testimony. It's not going to happen overnight. But eventually, I took those tools and I created something amazing. Because the girl I was a couple of years ago, even I don't want to talk about her. She scared me. That's how dark that place was for me. But once I found the light, I started gravitating towards it. I put my little tools together. I did the work. I didn't have all the tools at one time. It took me a while. But then the tools that I did have, I used it. Reading, writing, singing, meditating, spa day, just taking time for me. Sitting down with all those little thousands of puzzle pieces in front of me. And I sat down and I did the work. Put them all together. Whether I had to glue it, screw it in, tape it, hammer, whatever. I did the work. And I didn't stop until it was done. And you'll know when it's done because you'll feel it. You'll feel better about yourself and everything. You've heard the little saying, oh, it's above me now. It will be. Once you do it yourself and create that work and that masterpiece, once you glue everything into place, hammer down that foundation, screw it in, tape it, or glue it, however you have to get it done, do it. And don't stop. And like I said, the assignment is not complete. Well, until your lifespan is complete. So every day is a new day to do the work. And like I said, when I say it's above you now, that's how you know the work is working. Because little things that used to probably get to you, and it's like, whatever. Patience is a virtue. That is something your girl did not have. Honey, I almost lost it a couple of weeks ago. I went shopping to get something from my dad. And I stood in the line. I didn't stand, girl. I am the online queen. But I was standing there the whole time, and I was so patient, and I was cool. I was calm. I had my headphones on. I started listening to the ocean, and I was calm. Now, the old me, honey, would have put everything down and walked clean out the store. But again, I say, I did the work. Take down my emotions. Glue my little attitude. I just sat there. Okay. And by the time I got to the register, I was like, oh, okay, I'm cool. Let's go. It's my turn. That's how I looked at it. Took a while to get there, but it's my turn. And when it's your turn, bring your little toolbox with you. Now, I know that may have seemed scattered, but if you think about what I said, the whole time while I was waiting for my moment, just to be called to register, seemed like it was taking forever. And it did, because it was almost an hour. I was standing in that line. But I stood there, and I was cool. But when I heard next, oh, me? Okay. Got up there, made my purchase, and was gone. Didn't take no time at all. So my assignment was to stand there and be patient and just wait. Your time is coming, sweetheart. And when it do, you will have all your tools and you'll be ready for the next time. I hope that made sense to you. I hope this episode was a valuable lesson for somebody. Hopefully somebody out here listening to me, honey, and learning something and like it. If you do, the thumbs up is needed, boo. And make sure you become a subby buddy. You got to hit the bell and the subscribe button, honey. That's what it's there for you to press it so you can be a part of the celebration at all times. Next week, honey, be ready. We're going to play the game of champs. That's all I'm going to say. Until next time, you guys, I love everything about you. And so should you. Do it yourself. Don't wait on nobody else. I love you. Be easy.